Great morning, holy brothers! Not sisters, please don't share this with a woman, because we're going to be doing the work, and by us doing the work, it's going to be fantastic for our wives, and then we're going to have the best lives. And Baruch Hashem, it's Sunday morning, on December 17th. Put it over here so everybody can hear about it. And as you can hear in the background, there are more people here. So if you're around, you want to get excited and have it live in your face, be able to ask questions and interact, come join us every morning, God willing, before the Vasikin Minyan, about a half an hour before we start. If you need to know what time, just send me a text message. All right, getting back into the text. Page 146, if you're following along in the book. The Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, has yet another ploy to trap the gullible, misguided husband who wants to be that holy celibate. 146. Right? You want to be super pure, you want to be so holy. And it's always at the expense of her. No? What do you mean? I got to run out to shul. I got to learn with my chavrusa. What are you talking? I can't change a diaper now. Take out the garbage. You take out the garbage. I got to run. What would you do if you had an appointment right now and I asked you to do something? You know, she'd smack you in the face.
I have an appointment, but I'll still pick up the chairs.
Absolutely. See, something else, you do it. Oh, can I make it an effort? Anyway, so the point is that when it comes, we talked about this earlier, but it's good to review all the time.
Amazing.
Hashem uses your wife to send you messages. We're here for tikkunim. We're here to correct ourselves. And God knows exactly what we need to work on. He knows exactly what we're thinking at every single moment. And He will use your wife to get you exactly at your weakest points. Exactly. When it comes to davening and you are literally running out the door, and if you don't leave now, you're not going to forget brachos. Baruch Hu, because you're a shlamazel. You're already missing the beginning of davening. But then she says, stop! What are you doing? The laundry needs to be folded. You can't leave a mess for today. I need you to do it right now. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for the mitzvah opportunity.
There's another minyan somewhere else.
Unbelievable. Right now, with a smile on your face, we run with zerizos, enthusiasm, alacrity. Anyway, so he says, ask your wife, the Yetzer Hara says, ask your wife politely to share in your aspirations of being a tzaddik. Don't you want to be the wife of a tzaddik? Don't you want me to be amazing? Right? It's going to be great for you too. Surely she's going to love to be that status. Ask her politely for the sake of Kedusha, for the sake of holiness. Let's not be together tonight.
You want me to be a tzaddik?
Listen. I know that you want to be together, and I always wanted, but I just want to work on myself to defeat my Yetzer Hara. And I think if we abstain tonight, it'll be better for my neshama. I'm telling you.
I'm lost.
I'm not following. Okay, your wife comes to you and says, hey, honey, look what I'm wearing.
You just came
I think tonight.
Midnight and
I got him. What do you mean? I just got home from work. I'm exhausted. Honey, let's do it tomorrow night.
What, like?
Yes.
Okay.
Having being sexually intimate together.
Oh, thank you. Finally.
No problem. We'll spell it out for you. Yeah. Most of the time, guys, 24/7. Let's go. Right? You just finished up. Okay, next round. Get ready. Wait, she needs to sleep. I'm so tired. What do you? Now you bother. Say thank you. Right? Okay. But your wife comes to you and she says, "Honey, I think let's go. I'm so excited. It's every man's dream.
It's go time.
Let's go. Unbelievable. Woo! Are you kidding? This is my wife." Oh my gosh, I have to pause for a minute. There's a story that I have. People call me all the time. I'll show you on my phone. You've heard some of the conversations. My wife, emergency. I don't know what to do. My wife's asking me to take out the garbage, but I have to go to work for a deal to make $100,000. What do I say to her? I'm like, well, you know what to say to her. What are you calling me? You need me to tell you and spell it out for you every single time? Your wife calls you and texts you? What's going on? Anyway, so we had one guy sitting on his wife every night, opposite sides of the couch. They're on their phones, they're texting, they're looking at memes, they're doing Instagram, not saying a word to each other. Worst relationship ever. The in-laws, forget about it. He cannot stand them. Every time they call him, he makes it go to voicemail. And whenever she brings it up that they want to go there for Shabbos, he tries to make up another excuse why he's not available that week. Right? He hates going to, it's like walking through hell, going through those doors. All they do is criticize him, and she takes their side for everything. It makes his life worse because every time he brings her there, it makes them have more arguments.
With a head full of complaints.
Forget about it. Every single time, it's a mess. And so what happens? Then she doesn't even feel like going to the mikveh anymore. Sometimes she misses her night, and then it becomes a whole fight, and then they argue even more. and sometimes she's on the pill, so she doesn't even need to go to the mikveh because she doesn't have her periods. He was telling me like once every 4 or 5 months, they're actually together.
Wow.
Nuts! That's like purgatory, Crazy. How is he supposed to live like this? And then anytime he brings it up, it becomes more of a fight again.
Off topic, my wife told me that I should have been born during the days of Adam and Chava. Because somehow she heard from Rabbi Arush that Adam's son had his wife and multiple mates for those purposes. So she told me you should have been Adam's son.
Have everyone you need, no problem. Have 1,000 wives.
Interesting.
Okay, so what does this guy do? So we started going through this. We got into Shalom bias, and I said we're gonna make a checklist for a week. I guarantee 1 week straight. You make 10 things during the day that your wife would like to either have done, said to her, or accomplished that you're not doing right now. He's like, she loves to be told she's pretty every day when she wakes up. Okay? So when you wake up in the morning, you have a checklist. How many times a day you're telling her she's gorgeous? And not just saying it, but mean it. Like, wow, you are so attractive today.
I tell him, I was like,
Every wife is different.
What do you need?
What do you want from me right now?
What do you need?
Exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Can you do while sleeping?
You know what that means? That means she doesn't believe you. You're full of garbage. She's seeing so right through you right now. I'm guarantee you. Yes, you're full.
Because she's pregnant
You're full
with a
of it.
pajama, size 10.
She's glowing. I'm so thankful for having this baby inside you. You know what it means to me for you to be able to go through this? I can never. Yeah, because the way you say it, I would never believe you also. Anyway, so this guy, again, I said, what else can you do? He's like, there are dishes that pile up, and sometimes it's for days. It sits there in the sink, and every time she sees it, for days, not hours, days. Why do we need? We have more dishes in the cabinet. What do you need to watch? When it gets so big, I'll do the dishes, and then finally we'll put it back in the cabinet. Why don't you do the dishes every day? What's the point? We have so many more. So he said, that bothers her. Fine. So let's make a list. Every day before you go to bed, there will not be any dishes left in the rack. Anyway, fine. So he goes through the list, and every day he's sending me a text of what the things were done, what he did, what he missed, because he still missed some. But then it got to a point where he was like pretty regular. And it went on for a week and a half. Okay? He was complimenting. He was a totally different person, but he was excited about it because I promised him. I'm telling you, it's going to make a difference. Okay? So then that Shabbos, of course, as this week is concluding, he tells me that, of course, she wants to go to her parents again for Shabbos. And I said, please don't argue with her this time. This one time, say that yes, you thought about it. It's important that the kids should be with their grandparents. You want her to be happy. And she knows, that I don't like them so much, but I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna give it a solid effort. She was really happy. Right? Just the fact that he mentioned it. Very nice. Okay. So he goes to his in-laws' house. He knows that it's going to be firing him left and right. He's like, Eliezer told me to be good. He's telling me. He said, I know you told me I got to be good. I got to be good. And he was. He went to go help, brought everything in. Was a super 5-star general. Unbelievable. So, on his way back home, I don't know if I told you this story already. On his way back home, he's walking with his wife through the park, and she starts giggling. She starts laughing. Like, what's so funny? He's like, no, nothing. She thought, dismiss it, whatever. But he was like, no, I don't understand. Like, what? Is there something funny? Did I do something wrong? She's like, no, I was just talking with my friend, right before Shabbos, and she had an idea. She's like, same thing with her husband. They don't get along so much, so it's somebody I can talk to about this type of stuff. And she's like, what if we tried something different? She's like, what if we said to our husbands, for the next month, every day of the month, we ask him to have sex that night. Every single night. It's like maybe it'll spice things up, or maybe it'll get things different, or change the moods that everybody's acting. And he's like,
every day in 1 month?
Every night, every single night.
So they're like past their nidas.
No, she's on the pill, so they only get their period every 4 or 5 months. Remember we talked about that before? They don't even have to go to the mikvah because they can be straight.
Yeah, irregular.
And he's like talking to me. He's like, these words were coming out of her mouth, but this is nothing she would ever say in her life. Like she would never. What 4 or 5 months she would be with me to ask every single night if we could be together? It's like somebody's putting a bot inside of her mouth and putting a recording. It's not her. She would never say this in her life, ever, not before or after we were married. And he's like, forget the point that she would say such a thing, but the fact that she would mean it and maybe even go through with it. So he's like, okay, we'll see what happens. You know, he's like, I'd love to give it a shot. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think it's exciting. I think it's a great idea. Great, best idea ever. And he's like, he called me after Shabbos just to tell me that was the first time they actually were excited about being together that one night. And that was so happy, so excited. And then he's like, I'm not sure how it's going to go, but that alone was worth it. Next day, get a text. Next day, get a text. Next day, get it. Every morning, big smiles on my phone. Big smiley faces. I know exactly what he meant. It went on for a month straight. Forget a month. He never had 2 nights a week where he was able to be with her. And every single night, she was the one making the effort. She was the one asking him.
Are they more
changed.
on the fit side or more on the...
They're not fat, but they're not like skinny. Normal average.
Usually I know for a fact when you're not like fit.
Okay, of course that
messes
with. But I'm
hot
telling
enough
you,
to do anything,
from a perspective, he's like, there's no way this was anything else other than what I did for her. I'm treating her like a queen. I'm doing like what she wants. I'm not degrading her. I'm complimenting her. She's feeling unbelievably positive. So she wants to give it's not just a spiritual thing. If you make somebody feel so happy every single time you're around them, they're going to want to give back. Yeah, but it's just natural. It's nature. But I'm telling you, I said, I guarantee you start acting like a mensch, you're going to have a much better marriage. Okay, there's no question.
But you also have to advance on that.
Advance on what?
Like, meaning, okay, when you're becoming the guy that washes look at me, for instance. I'm like the dishwasher, basically.
Okay. Is that before, after, or all the time?
No, I used to do it here and there, but after the thing, I know that she hates dishes.
Right.
So I'm like, dishes is my thing.
You want that not to be something...
Even if I see her washing the dishes when I came home from shit, I'm like, why are you washing the dishes? Like, angry. Like, why are you washing the dishes for?
I mean, I wouldn't get angry.
No, but like, angry, like, why washing the dishes? Like, if there's a few things... Last night, Friday night, I watched everything. I'm like, she's like, no, I'll do tomorrow. I'm like, the world's gonna be fire in the sky. I'm not going to sleep with the dishes in the sink. Whatever. The whole point I'm trying to tell this guy is that he was good for a week and a half doing his little 10 things, and now he's a playboy over here jumping in bed. But she's gonna get used to Mr. Nice Guy level 1, and he has to go to level 2.
100%.
Pick up the weights.
Yes.
Pick up the weights.
Absolutely.
Pick up the weights.
You know what happens?
The more you do. And she gets used to Mr. Nice Guy 1, now she needs Nice Guy 2, Nice Guy 3.
I'll tell you, we are not here in this world to plateau.
What's plateau mean?
We don't get to a point and say, now I'm good, now I'm a tzaddik, now I'm accomplished, I'm going to coast. I'm going to stay at this level because I am comfortable, I know what to do, this is exactly what I can be good at, and this is what I'm going to stay. Perfect! Look what I accomplished. Amazing. And this is what I can do every day.
Guess it's always got to hurt a little bit until it gets to the point
we need to push that boulder up a hill every single day we're working. It's not like now I'm comfortable, I know what to do. Your wife is going to throw you curveballs that you never even expected after a while. Just because you think you're good now? You think you have it done? You think that you're accomplished? We're going to throw you so many more wrenches into that works, and other things going to start fall apart that you never even expected. Hashem wants you to grow every single day. I learned this book inside and out with all my friends, and I still fail. Maybe not on the same level as you're failing, but I'm still failing too. I know you're perfect. Chas v'shalom, you're not ever. You're amazing, 100%.
Nothing to fail. This is a real marriage life situation. It's not a project that I'll go install this echal, finish
and
the
it's
tile.
done.
But done, finished.
Exactly.
It's every day from the beginning, man. Somebody takes all these bricks out, puts them back in the boxes, nice, all the glue. Hey, good morning. Do it again.
There we go.
Do it again.
But it's going to be different. You're going to be
because you already memorized where all the pieces
You're
go.
going to be advancing. You're going to be growing further and taller. That's exactly the point. Can you imagine? We said
I want to say
The
something.
point is just marriage is work, and this helps you understand the work that needs to be done.
Exactly.
That's it, and that's
Exactly.
why this
But
book is
it's
very helpful.
perfect words. It's work. It's not like I did today the 10 things and tomorrow it's done.
Right.
Oh, let me just put this down. It's
Some days it's a house, some days it's a condo,
Yeah.
some days it's
$1,000,000%.
Some days you
It's
take a break.
work.
Sometimes it's
it's work.
So you understand that?
Yeah, it's
100%.
work that you have to get it done. Like taking care of your kids, this and that. It's like every day. It's the same cycle: shower, pajama.
But I don't.
bed.
But again, I don't think it's the same cycle. I think that the Yetzer Hara is going to grow stronger, and he's going to understand that now you're more powerful, and he's going to level up with you. When you get in the ring and you're boxing,
Okay,
the first thing he's going to
I agree. I don't think
you got to learn to put your hands up. You're going to have to move. Now you're going to have to duck. You're going to advance. You're going to up your degree. You're going to go from white belt to orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, black belt. You know, your opponents are going to get tougher. You can't be in the ring with the same 2-year-old that you started sparring with. Now you're going to have some world-class champions.
I know for a fact that this book is amazing because even my wife has just been like saying like, I like this class.
I want you to get up and go in the morning.
It's a good class. And I've noticed it even myself. Like things are like she's making like, she's acting in a way that I'm like, okay, that's
I'm not used to you being that
like,
way.
What's going on right now? You
Yeah.
know?
I'm not saying no. I myself said this months ago that my life completely. I was gonna tell the other guy yesterday because Shalom by class 5 this. He started laughing. I was gonna tell him like I promise you, your marriage is nothing compared if you read this book.
And you have no idea. People
He
think...
doesn't know.
I think the easiest thing to deal with is just that if you know it's from Hashem, then you're just doing what Hashem is telling you to do. If He tells you go do the dishes, go do the blah, 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 I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever, then go do
He
it.
said, imagine you have a bass call, a booming voice emanating. Good morning, my brother. A booming voice emanating from the skies, shuddering your house. An earthquake. Oh, take out the garbage! Are you kidding me? God, the burning bush is right here. And you see Hashem, you feel Hashem, you hear Hashem. There's nothing you wouldn't do. You gotta be insane, out of your mind. Hashem gives you a command. Of course, you're gonna run like the wind. This is exactly what Hashem is using your wife to be able to communicate with you.
But not you think everything.
Exactly. Unless, we talked about the other day, unless it's like an open, outright Avera that violates the Torah, then that's the Yetzer Hara coming in.
Let's say
But
to move out of the community.
100%. Go. What did my wife say to me? My wife, after we lost our baby, she went to Israel. She needed a break and she needed to recharge her batteries. Went to Beit Shemesh, saw some friends, came back home, said, hey, what are you thinking about moving to Israel? I have a shul here. I have a practice here. We have a beautiful house here. Did I say, I like it here.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. Let's think about it.
Don't you say, like, at least, let's talk about it with the rabbi. I like
Let's talk about it with the rabbi.
No,
Let's discuss it with my friends.
This was what I was waiting for.
See,
You know,
I thought
I
you
said-
don't make any decision
I said
unless
to her,
you discuss with your rabbi.
I didn't say, I'm not sure. I didn't say, let's think about it. I didn't say, what did I say to her? I said to her, that's a great idea. And the next week, we bought a house. She's like, I found this property, this and that.
I thought you
And
were
I'm like,
supposed to
are you
like you
again,
say, okay, you agree with
perfect,
her,
listen,
but say,
perfect.
Should we get a blessing from the rabbi?
Perfect. So what you're saying to her is that your opinion, in my mind, is not as important as the rabbi's.
No.
Yeah,
saying
yes,
need a
you are.
blessing with it.
Again, what she hears when you say that is that you're not my number one priority in life.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
you.
it's a great
I'm telling you what
idea.
she hears. Listen, I'm telling you what she hears.
I hear the same thing if you say that.
This is what she hears.
What do you mean? I'm saying I'd love to move
That's
to Israel.
beautiful.
We should get a blessing from the rabbi.
Again,
No?
do you understand?
Okay, that's something else.
Hold pause. Hold
So we
pause.
have to say it differently.
Hold pause.
Go
Hold
ahead.
pause. When you understand that you were telling me before that if Hashem is standing in the corner outside of the shul holding a microphone and inside the shul there's a bomb blasting speaker that is reverberating.
What is the rabbi for? I don't
The
understand. What is he there for?
reverberating the voice. And you go to Israel. If you know in your hardest of hearts that it is God speaking to you, then it's God speaking to you. Stop. Think about what's happening right now. God is telling you burning bush. Did Moshe say, hold on, I gotta go ask my father what to do. Do I need to go to Paro? No. Hold on. I know you're God. I know this is a burning bush here right now. I know this is something crazy I've never seen in my life before.
You're both right. Because
Listen.
I'll tell you why.
Finish.
Because you're right that you have to get 100% confirmation from the Rav and get a blessing. But he's also right that the way you word it is everything.
Oh, sure. I'm not an expert.
Say,
I'm good at
that
wording
sounds
things.
good.
I'm not a salesman.
No, it sounds good. Let me talk to the rabbi. No, you should say, wow, perfect idea. I would love
Let me ask you, what if the rabbi...
Tell the rabbi I'm
Stop.
getting the to go
What if the rabbi says, I don't think it's a good idea for you at this time? Now, tell me what happens in the next step. Are you going to be screwed?
I'm with my
Well,
wife.
no, we would both go to the rabbi.
Oh, you both go to the rabbi. What if your wife says, but this is something I want to do? I don't care.
Then obviously,
Now she's going to say, but I'm
going to go with she says.
No, she's going to say, I don't care what the rabbi says.
Then I'm going to go with whatever she says.
So now,
Against
first,
the rabbi.
now you didn't accomplish your goal. You got her more upset. You made her feel insignificant.
No, I agreed with her.
You dug yourself a hole. Now you're in worse shape than you were
I
before.
don't understand. Then what is the rabbi for?
Again, what is a rabbi for? If you have a question in halacha, you're not sure what to do.
It's not just a lot.
Listen,
It's a shayla.
everything in your life. Great. Go ask. You're not sure what to do? Go ask a rabbi. You want to know how to do this in your house? Go ask a rabbi. But if it comes from your wife, that is not the time to run to your rabbi. No.
So you don't ask advice from your wife.
Unless
only if she bursts for
Yes.
it, then that's it.
if
right?
your wife says, hey, what is the halacha? Let me go ask a rabbi. Or if it's not from your wife, let's say you do something at work. You have a problem with your coworker. This has nothing to do with your wife. You ask your rabbi. For 99.9% of things in your life, you ask your rabbi. But when it comes from your wife,
you go.
You better believe that it is God using her to give you a message.
So, is this true though? Because I asked, I'm sure it's true. I'm not
No,
saying...
it's not true. I'm just kidding. JK,
I'm saying
LOL.
regarding my issue?
No, it's true. Everybody else except for you.
No, because when I wanted to, 6 months ago, I asked Rabbi Rabin, or 4 months ago, I asked Rabbi
Yes,
Rabin.
I know, but you're moving your house.
About moving to
100%.
Long Branch. And
Again.
he's like, don't move there.
Good.
He's like,
Great.
Chavruta this year.
If you have a
we're
question,
still learning together. He's like,
if
Chavruta
you
is
have a
here.
shaila and you want to know an answer for yourself, 100%. But if your wife is
but
coming,
my wife wanted
again,
to go there.
if your wife
Before
is
you
coming,
ask.
She
She
said
said-
for 2 years already.
that's it.
Then you should.
Then you go.
Based on this understanding,
hello.
you should have gone.
What did I do when my wife says let's move to Israel? We bought a house, and now it's being built in 2 years, a year and a half. We're gonna be there, Mr.
Then look, not
I go,
just-
wait,
Rabbi,
let me ask my
asked
rabbi. Let me ask
after
my rabbi.
She said she wanted to go.
You're
and now the
you're
Bruta didn't work
destroying
out,
your marriage.
Because I was thinking the same mentality. Let's just make sure that we're doing the right decision.
Again, when it
and
comes
not
to
driving
you,
45 minutes each way.
when it
on
comes
the
to
highway.
you, you need to make sure you're doing the right decision.
Well, what is
But when
she
Hashem is
saying after
handing
you
you
told her?
a golden bucket filled with billions of dollars, don't throw it on the floor.
But now, what if she changed her mind now already at this
Great, so she changed her mind. My wife said the same thing about my kid in high school. She's like, I hate this high school. It's not good for our son. It's going to turn him off from Judaism. I want him to be in a school with less religious kids, and I think he's going to be more comfortable. I'm thinking in my head, this is not the right decision for him. It's going to destroy him. You don't want him to be around those type of kids who are cursing all day, hanging out with girls, whatever.
100%.
It's the wrong decision. I know it's the wrong decision. And I say, oh, let's go ask the rabbi. Let's see what he thinks about it. You know what the rabbi's going to say? The rabbi's going to say, don't you dare put him in that school. I know it. But my wife is so set right now. This is her mindset. Am I going to disagree with her? I say, honey, if you think this is the right decision for our son, I'm 100% behind you, and let's go take the steps we need to make it happen. That's what I said to her. 100,000%. And you know what happened the next day? She got a call from another parent of the school who says, I don't like the way these kids are talking. And then oh my gosh, we can't put our kid in that school. Done. She said, forget about it. I don't think it was the right decision. Okay, you don't think it was the right decision? I agree with you. It was probably not the right decision. But, we'd have to investigate. Hashem is only testing you. He's using your wife to see what your answer is going to be. And if it's not the right decision, Hashem will make sure that you are taken care of either way. But you need to go through your right steps to get that way. Shkayak! Have a super awesome day today. God willing. Learn again tomorrow.